Hey, little baby. It's July the 31st, 2016. I wanted to make you another video because I was still thinking about the last video. You know, at the end where I showed that savage, barbarian black lady, beating on her 16-year-old daughter, beating her up and down, side to side, beating the brakes off that lady, that little girl, rather. Alright, I'm still thinking about it a little bit. It's kind of jarring. And here's what I gotta say about this. I can't tell you for sure, but I got a pretty dang good feeling that God does not like seeing that kind of stuff, man. It makes him cry, if you will. He doesn't enjoy that. It's barbarianism. It's savagery, as stated in the Bible and stuff. He doesn't like that. It makes him sad. And when we think about this, I can't help but point out, alright, it seems as though God has a very strong investment in people. Very strong. You could easily argue that his most dearest investment is human beings, believe it or not. And I wanted to point that up right now in these days. It's 2016. A lot of people are getting their stuff together. They're getting prepared for maybe tragedy. It's on the horizon. It's coming up. Alright. And, they invest in certain things, and that's a great idea. I definitely support that. I think you should do what you do. Invest in gold. Invest in silver. Invest in, precious metals and stuff, and machinery. Invest in, money and property and whatever you can invest in. But here's the thing about it. What it looks like is that the ultimate investment, an investment that God finds the most important, is the investment in people. And I think that you should remember that. Alright? Because you can have many preparations. Many preparations. You could be the most prepared, but if you don't have human beings that are going to back you up, guess what? All that's going to get taken. It is going to get taken and stolen, and you probably get murdered. If it was like one of those zombie apocalypse type deals, you're not going to make it through. Why? Because you didn't have people supporting you. It is the ultimate investment. Alright? And I just wanted to point that out because no matter what you get into in 2016 and beyond, I think it's going to prove quite significant that you invest most in people. People more than anything. But here's also the catch. You probably shouldn't invest in these barbarian savages that are incesting their whole family up, or maybe like beating out down their family and little children and stuff. There's certain people you shouldn't invest in, and believe it or not, that lots of times they'll slip into your society, and you won't be able to tell them apart from everybody else. But they still have like this fake in the front, you know what I'm saying? They'll be very two-faced, and when they get home, they start beating up people, they start choking people, they start molesting people, and it's disgusting. And that's kind of stuff that I would imagine makes God not feel so good. Right? And seeing as people are your greatest investment opportunity, I want to point this up, and I'll finish it up like this. I've been living a long time, I guess you would say. Pretty long time already, and I've seen people come and go. Many people. Right? And so you might think, well, you invested all your time into these people, and you try to give them, whatever you could give them. And meanwhile, they come and go and stuff. What kind of good investment is that? It's not a good investment strategy. They just come and go. And I have to make it clear that, no, it still is the best investment strategy, right? But the thing is about human beings, when you invest in them, what's also very important is that you savor your time with them. I mean, you really meditate on human connection while you have it, and enjoy it, and be satisfied by it, right? Because people won't be around tomorrow, maybe. Certain people, they just won't. Right? And if you feel like you didn't get a return on investment, that's because that was your fault, right? You should have made sure of it to get your return on investment. Enjoy the time that you have with people, right? You and me, we haven't seen each other for almost 2 years now, right? And lots of ways it's devastating. Sometimes it's crippling, but I can get through it. To be honest with you, let me tell you why. It's because back when you were a baby and stuff, even before you were a baby, I would hear people like, maybe they got their child kidnapped, maybe their child died on an accident, maybe their child was killed. Right? And they'll be surrounded by like reporters and stuff holding up microphones to them, and they'll be like, hey, how do you feel right now? And these people will be like, I wish I could just have one more day with my little baby and stuff, man. If I could ask for anything, that's what it would be. Now look at these people, I'd feel for them. Obviously they're in a tough situation, but at the same time I'd be like, what, you can't wish for another day. First of all, it's God's will. Unfortunately for some souls, they get the business, right? And tragedies happen and people are lost, and that's just a fact of life around here. So with that in mind, go ahead and savor that person. Every time you see that person, invest your energy into that person. And you'll get a return if you meditate on the beauty of them, for not being barbarians and things like that, for having a chance to know who the Lord is. I've seen a lot of moms out here. A lot of moms, alright, who got addicted on drugs, bad drugs. I'm talking about hard drugs, right? They go around sleeping with all sort of fools. All sort of them. wind up getting hepatitis C. Let me tell you something. Girls are, it's like they're racing to get hepatitis C, right? Most of the girls who are on drugs and dope, they'll do this kind of stuff. Right? And they have little children, and the thing is, they're not meditating on their little children hard enough, because if they were doing it and savoring their children's lives, they wouldn't have to go and get on these drugs. They wouldn't have to sleep around all around town and definitely get hepatitis C. But they didn't savor. To me, I can proudly say that ever since I saw those interviews with those people who lost their children, I said, you know what, I better savor every single second, because I do not know when I'm going to see my baby again. Never. I don't know if I'll be able to see her again. Need to savor it. Need to. And there's real simple ways to do that. Alright, I'm going to start out an example. I used to get home. Every time I would get home, say like late at night or something, you would already be asleep. You tended to go to sleep around 9 o'clock. Alright, so if I was a little bit late, came home at night, I would walk in the house, and I would go directly to your room. It didn't matter whether you were awake or not. If you were asleep, go directly into your room. Alright, and this is what I would do. You were asleep, right? I would see your belly going up and down, up and down. You're breathing. And so there's a very calming, soothing nature about that whole vibe. If you just focus on it, if you just dive into it, right? You'll feel a cleansing of your soul when you watch a loved one simply breathing the way that they should be breathing, and peaceful, right? You need to savor it. Everybody who you know now, you need to savor them. You need to invest in them. It's very important. It's the most important. All right? Remember these two things, and I'm going to holler at you later, more than likely about Hillary Clinton. It's tribulation. Balls deep in it. July the 31st, 2016.